Hello and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. There are a handful of publications on this topic, and I have an update to a tale I posted on the channel a few days ago. Here's a fun one from the world of crypto. A lawyer for XRP reacts to a Fox News reporter's revelation that US Democrats are plotting a massive crackdown on the cryptocurrency industry. And now, I'll be discussing an article from Forbes in great depth. With a title like "Leak Reveals Secret Democratic Plan for a Game-Changing US Crypto Crackdown That Could Hit the Price of Bitcoin and Ethereum," you can guess what it's about. Therefore, I will merely repeat what I said when we last discussed this issue a few days ago. On this channel, I will only discuss political topics if they have a direct bearing on crypto and/or finance. Yes, it absolutely does in this instance. So, no, I won't be spreading my political views on any other topics. It shouldn't make any difference to you whether you identify with the left or the right. Here, I have exposed the hypocrisy of politicians on the left and the right who are against crypto. That's what I've always done, and it's what I'll always do. It just so happens that the present Democratic administration is making a top-down effort in this regard. I'm referring to the entire Biden administration and down. There is an organized pushback against crypto from a variety of government bodies, with the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) being the most harmful. I will continue to call out anyone, on the left or the right, who makes false claims about cryptography. It's a simple statement of truth that this political party is actively resisting, which I'm only pointing out. We're going to have a chat about it, so yeah. But before I go any farther, let me clarify something. I have zero experience in either the law or finance. Nothing I say or write should be taken as recommendations to purchase or sell any particular security. For fun and as a pastime, I enjoy making videos about crypto-related topics to share on YouTube. Okay, then? Briefly, in this first item, we learn that crypto legal pioneer and pro-XRP attorney John Deaton has praised Fox Business journalist Elena Terry for publishing a document outlining intentions for a massive crypto crackdown in the United States. Following her efforts in exposing Democrats' hostile stance toward the emerging asset, Deaton joined Fox Business senior journalist Charles Gasparino in referring to it as CryptoKid in a tweet Wednesday. Deaton likewise praised Gasparino for taking initiative to guarantee she receives due recognition. What you're seeing on your computer now is the real tweet that John Deaton posted. Well done, Elena CryptoKid Terrett. I think it's great that Charlie has an interest in you succeeding and being recognized for your efforts. Several days earlier, when the initial content from the article emerged, it was Elena who was actually the one who was heavily spreading, so she does deserve credit for this. The leaking of a sensitive memorandum. This takes us to the Forbes headline above, which was actually written a few days ago but was revised yesterday to reflect the new information that has come to light. So the headline reads, "Leak Reveals Secret to Democratic Plan for a Game-Changing US Crypto Crackdown That Could Hit the Price of Bitcoin and Ethereum." That's all I'm going to say about that. Fine. Okay, I get it. Title, I suppose. Instead, the following could have a detrimental effect on the value of every cryptocurrency in the world and slow their widespread adoption. This year has been difficult for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the other big cryptocurrencies as they face a US crypto crackdown that some fear might wipe out Bitcoin's value entirely. In a good way. That's rather funny, since it's clear that the government is taking a stand against cryptography. Just as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. But the SEC's supreme leader and ruler, Kim Jong-un, even that jerk admits that Bitcoin itself is not a security. I now understand that this is not the same as an official statement from the SEC to the effect that Kim Jong-un's view is only that of an individual. But even if they did go after it, they wouldn't be able to wipe out all legitimate Bitcoin under the current leadership and organizational structure. That, in my opinion, goes a little too far. Writing proceeds despite a rise in the first few months of 2023, the price of Bitcoin is still well behind its all-time high reached in late February 21. Meanwhile, as US regulatory bodies fight over the industry, the future of Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies is uncertain. Now, the main points lawmakers were advised to emphasize have been disclosed in a leaked letter that was sent to Democratic members of the House Financial Services Committee. If you insist on this position, virtually all digital currencies would be treated as securities. The upswing has just begun. You must Excuse me, in fact, you can put that there. That's right. Sorry. This is very annoying when they do it. That brings me to my next pet peeve. My 8-year-old terrier Mix is the first object of my ire. She's the cutest tiny dog ever. What just happened on your screen is another pet dislike of mine. Ads that look like they were written specifically for the topic you were reading. Now I'm halfway through what purports to be an article, and it's really starting to annoy me. But this article remains after I stop scrolling. It's a little irritation of mine. In this case, yes. Fox Business reporter Alina Terrett released on Twitter the memo the Democrats gave to committee members in advance of Wednesday's bipartisan House hearing on crypto policy. Quote, "Confusion isn't the issue. It's a widespread disregard for the rules that are already in place." Here's another excerpt from the memo. "The fact that crypto firms refuse to follow clear rules of the road," end quote, "is not a good enough reason to create new, accommodating regulatory frameworks. These political parties' top leaders are helping to perpetuate Kim Jong-un's misleading narrative that the opposition is composed of lawless thugs. Why is it that every single organization and their top executives around the world consistently complain that there isn't enough clarity in the rules? If this is true, then why is it only happening with equities? Is it true that all or almost all cryptocurrency startups are run by lawbreakers who don't care about the consequences of their actions? Or is it more likely that what they are claiming is accurate, namely that there truly isn't clarity? You don't hear these sorts of complaints from players in other industries or with other types of assets, so maybe they're onto something. Companies that issue stock to the public never behave this way. The article proceeds. The document urges Democrats in Congress to counter Republican assertions. They're trying to establish a role for the Commodity Futures Trading Commission in the cryptocurrency market so that investors can have more confidence, to quote. Quote ends. The Republican Party has shown that it is not concerned with the welfare of investors or consumers. To cite, that is. In addition, the political party's views on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies have sharply diverged over the past year, with prominent Republicans like Ted Cruz supporting crypto and prominent former Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren embracing the concept that she is organizing an anti-crypto army. Here then is the section that was updated just yesterday. Look at this. The text looks like this. As part of the fight against recognizing Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as legal tender, a reintroduced version of Senate Bill 2022 was introduced this week by lawmakers from both parties. The bill would require federal agencies in the United States to report on El Salvador's cybersecurity and financial stability capabilities. To quote end. President Nayib Bukele of El Salvador bought about 2,400 bitcoins in 2021 as part of a strategy to make Bitcoin a central part of the country's economy after the country became the first in the world to make Bitcoin legal cash. And listen up, folks, the fact that there is criticism at all suggests to me that something is being done well, at least in this instance. Because if you work for the federal government, you probably have a lot of faith in the value of the dollar and think it's the world's finest currency. It's not going away anytime soon. Superior to all that has come before it. What makes you think Bitcoin, XRP, or any other cryptocurrency poses any kind of threat to you? The United States dollar is definitely being devalued on a regular basis, and it is gradually being treated like trash as time goes on. Paragraph proceeds, quotation, "Since we care about economic growth and open government in Central America, we need to know more about how El Salvador's decision to recognize Bitcoin as legal cash would affect the country's financial and economic security and its ability to battle money laundering and criminal financing." End quote. The measure was announced by Idaho Republican Jim Risch, who spoke with the Washington Examiner. Like I said at the conclusion of the video, it doesn't matter what party you're in if you're promoting this idea that, crypto, I detest this narrative, so if you're going with this and that man happens to be Republican again, I hate this narrative. A wide variety of illegal activities include its use. You don't have to do that. Avoid any confusion by using just US dollars. Totally okay on my end. In a word, no. Nothing could be further from the truth. Virtually no financial dealings are ever used for illegal activities. However, given that evil actors have exploited every form of technology, even those created with the best of intentions, I wonder if we should simply do without the internet. Absolutely ridiculous. This is such a stupid argument. Another quotation to think that the U.S. government would be worried about what we're doing here is, quote, beyond my wildest fantasies. Buckley, El Salvador's president, said as much. Us in the wake of the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrency surge, Vice President Joe Biden signed an executive order last year instructing federal agencies to look into possible responses. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, led by Chairman Gary Gensler, has asserted jurisdiction over the cryptocurrency market as a whole and indicated that it considers other cryptocurrencies apart from Bitcoin to be unregistered securities. Here's one more statement from the hacked document. It's the last paragraph, and it's also the section I find most repugnant. Quote, the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission agree that it is the SEC's responsibility to decide whether or not cryptocurrencies qualify as securities. Furthermore, the SEC has made it abundantly clear that virtually all crypto assets are securities. The end. Quote ends. What complete nonsense. Nothing could be further from the truth. This is the message that this political group is sending. Absolutely worthless. So, I'll say it for the third time, I don't care what your politics are, I'm pushing back. I'm not going to take any crypto-related crap from anyone, liberal or conservative. We won't get into the other stuff that has nothing to do with crypto, but please know that your political ideas, whatever they may be, are perfectly acceptable. It makes no difference to me. However, such is not the case with this group. You may forget about being successful in crypto if their demands are met. That's not you. They don't want you to succeed financially since that would change their lives. They simply want this to end. All of it is something they want to make illegal. For obvious reasons, everything is a safety. It is imperative that we resist this. Nobody stands to benefit monetarily from this. This is a crypto term. Obviously, we need to take a stand against this. So, that's life, man. What do you guys think? Comment down below. No, I don't give out financial advice. Nothing I say or write should influence any transactions you make. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.